now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha! Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
Do you like my shirt?
It's one of the worst that you've had yet. It's
Shelby saw it at Goodwill.
Yeah.
And she bought it because she knows I like to wear stuff like this. She says it assaults the eyes.
Yeah, that's a good explanation of what it does.
Spider-Man.
I know. I see that it's Spider-Man. There's a certain kind of bratty kid that's into Spider-Man. You know what I'm talking about?
His name's Devin.
Yeah, his name's Devin. His sneakers are a little too big for him.
Yeah.
You know, he's always got, like, if it was the 80s, he'd have a mullet, but I don't know what he would have today, you know.
You know, yesterday's Devin is, I'm sorry. Yesterday's Brad is today's Devin.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
You think when we were a kid, like
it was Brad. Yeah.
Well,
maybe Corey.
Corey, yeah, I could see that. Todd.
Well,
I mean, have you ever met a Todd that you liked? I've never met a Todd that I liked.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, what is Todd even short for?
Toddrick.
I'm wearing a shirt that was given to me.
Yeah.
One of our neighbors came by a few months ago and said, hey, we got some old stuff. We're going to take it to Goodwill.
We've noticed that your shirts have been tight. So we've brought some clothes that are a little bit bigger.
So I grabbed this one, and I like it. Before the show, I was doing I was thinking about Star Trek and how
they pull down their shirt.
In the future, apparently they're not very good at making clothing.
No.
Because constantly, every time he stands up, he goes... He's constantly frustrated. It's riding up. You think they would have perfected the shirt, you know, by the year 20...
Well, it's like a unitard or something. What do they call the one piece? Is that what it is?
Unitard. I think that's correct. Yeah.
Is that like what dancers wear?
It's a futuristic onesie.
Isn't it a onesie or is it two pieces?
I don't know. I think the dress ones are like two pieces because it's like a suit or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But I think the standard everyday, it's a onesie.
Yeah.
And he's just constantly... just trying to fix it. You know?
Have you ever noticed how Riker sits in a chair?
Mm-hmm.
He like straddles it.
Oh yeah, he's a man. I mean, Riker.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just
keep him away from the aliens.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's never seen a female that he didn't like.
Right.
Yeah. That didn't like him, by the way.
The Prime Directive was written for him.
Yes.
Like, dude, you can't.
In mind, like, listen,
you can't be doing this.
I understand, but
we can't have human-alien hybrids across the
got all that animal magnetism, you know, but it's just not going to work, you know.
Yeah. So I went to Panda before
you did
the show.
Panda Express.
I'm
somewhat new to Marion.
Yeah, about a year now.
Yeah.
I like Panda. Yeah. It's fast food Chinese.
It's fast food Chinese.
It's aight.
You got some chow mein and some orange chicken.
Yeah, and I gave you a little bit.
You gave me a little bit, and I appreciate that.
So I wanted to see, this fortune will apply to today's episode.
Okay. The fortunes aren't what they used to be.
No. Do you want half of that or no?
No, I'll pass. Thanks. How is it as far as a fortune cookie goes?
Not my most favorite fortune cookie.
I feel like I've never had a good fortune cookie. So.
Oh, the House of Hunan ones are fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to read it while you chew?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be better. All right, here we go. You have the attitude of a winner.
Yeah.
How you like that?
The show's winning.
All right.
Are there lucky numbers on there?
No, I looked for that, but there are no lucky numbers. It's just you have the attitude of a winner, which is not really a fortune. I mean, it's just a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something like good or bad.
You will meet your future second
Spouse.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or stay inside today. Only bad things will happen. I'm looking for very specific, direct advice.
Do not turn left today.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
Like, okay, I got to turn right everywhere I go. Can't turn left.
Yeah. But you have the attitude of a winner. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you.
Obviously, we're not.
It's less than nothing. So we got some suggestions of you had put this thing out, said looking for some topics for discussion. So we just wanted to honor the suggestions. We're not going to really spend a lot of time on them.
No.
But there's a couple things that people wanted to talk about. Riley Slob, how ridiculous the new COVID Thanksgiving rules are in certain states.
Is this before or after we found out that she's sick?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Because she has COVID.
Well, it turns out, according to the test, if you can believe that sort of thing,
Science.
she tested positive for it. She also can't smell or taste. So,
so she probably hasn't.
Well, you know.
I wonder if honestly, that's a great question. Did she write that before or after? Because here's the thing. I don't want to go to her house for Thanksgiving.
I would.
Even if she had COVID?
That doesn't bother me. Listen,
I don't want it.
Jason, we've all been exposed to it. If you've been out in public, you've been exposed to it. And that's just the way it is.
No, it's true.
You know, I'm not going to hide from it anymore.
Yeah.
I never did.
No, I agree. I just don't want to, if I'm going to get it, I'd like to plan it out. You know? Like take 2 weeks off around Christmas.
It would be nice to know when you were going to get it, and then just to kind of hunker down. Now, Aaron, her husband, is not sick, but he's taking 2 weeks vacation. And
he will be. They live in the same house.
Yeah. So last night he was playing Xbox with my son and some of his friends.
Yeah.
So
that's a good life right there.
Yeah, he's living it up.
Yeah.
And,
2 weeks?
Good for him.
Is it paid?
Yeah. 2 weeks paid vacation.
2 weeks paid
Live
vacation.
it up.
Yeah.
Live it up. That's what I say. You know, being sick is one of those things, like when you're out, you can't really do anything other than watch TV. It's one of those things that it sounds good, like, oh, that'd be nice. But when you're actually sick and you don't feel good, it's not quite as much fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is going to lead into...
Well, it depends. If you're 100% sick... So a couple years ago, I was 100% sick. I was like passed out, high fever, couldn't function.
Yeah, the same television show has been on for 5 hours, and you just don't want to turn it because you don't want to reach 5 inches to
Or every time you wake up, The Price is Right is on, but you don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
Like you're just passing out for 24 hours at a time, right? All of that is no good. But if you're sick like at that 60% level, like, okay, I don't feel good. I feel gross. I can still go to the potty by myself.
Yeah.
You know, like all of it. I can still eat and drink.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't feel good.
Right.
That's not so bad.
And then if you find something bingeable, you know, that you can just kind of like mind-numbingly
That's
watch.
what binge was designed for.
Agreed.
Yeah. When you're 60% sick. Yeah. So the COVID rules are ridiculous, by the way.
The Thanksgiving rules in particular. Don't tell me what I can do with my family.
Yeah. And they like no chanting or shouting or singing.
Yeah.
Is one of them. Groups of 10 or less. Well, my family's 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I can't. My immediate family.
That could work out for you. Quarantine from your own family.
Oh. I could be number 11.
Guys, sorry. I'm not going to break the law.
I'm out.
Nobody's above the rule.
Governor DeWine doesn't want me here. Sorry, kids.
All right. Those are rules.
See when you're all grown up.
Those rules are ridiculous. We agree.
Across the nation.
Yes. Agreed.
You know what? Gather together.
Gather together.
Sing,
spread it.
Chant. You know what?
Kiss each other on the mouth.
Or not. You know, hobbits would be decimated by the COVID. And there's lots of singing and chanting and dancing and you know, all of that stuff.
Well, they'd all have
You're not even allowed to dance.
And then they'd all be immune.
How much COVID? Does COVID know if you dance?
Oh, it knows if you dance.
Doing a little jig. You can't sing and dance. That's
my insurance agent. I had an appointment there the other day.
Yeah,
and their door was locked because apparently COVID can't get past the locked door. Like you come to the door and you just knock on it, and then they come.
Is there a keyhole?
It's for COVID.
I'd be like blowing in the keyhole.
I'm still coming in. I don't know what the difference is. All right. Next, Shoeless Joe wants to know the proper time to put up Christmas decorations. This is actually somewhat controversial right now because my wife and daughter put up the Christmas tree yesterday.
Okay.
Which normally I'm against, but we've got a busy couple of weeks coming up, so she said, let's just go ahead and do it now. So our Christmas tree is up.
I'm 100% on board with it.
Yeah.
I think, so, I mean, without getting too... Okay, so I don't want to take the show on a downer.
Thank you.
But I get emotional around Christmas.
You do.
So, I mean, our mom passed away a week before Christmas, 6-7 years ago, something like that. And she was like all about Christmas.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to come around Christmas without thinking about all those thoughts that come back. I get very emotional in that process. But I want to be able to like honor her memory with Christmas. So it's a
What was our? Where did
it's an
we put up
act.
Christmas stuff when we were kids?
after Thanksgiving.
It was after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
like that weekend after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
And
yeah.
that's what feels appropriate to me.
I would agree.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So also, neither of us shy away from what is Christmas about?
Santa Claus.
Wrong. It's not about Santa. We honor the birth of our Savior.
Yes.
Right?
Even though he's probably born in the spring.
No, I think he was born in September.
No, I think he's
Listen, we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
But the point is, we honor the birth of our Savior.
Yeah.
You know what?
So that we
I'll
can
celebrate year round.
So that we can celebrate the winter solstice just like everybody else.
Yeah, listen, that's a whole different conversation.
You put
I
up
think
greenery and all that stuff.
set up whatever you want, whenever you want. Do what you want, America. I don't care.
That's our official stance.
Yeah.
It's do what you want.
Do what you want.
If you don't want to be around people on Thanksgiving, don't be around people on Thanksgiving.
Blame it on whatever
You want
you
to
want.
set up Christmas lights in July and take
Do
them
it.
down in August?
Yeah.
I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Why would I spend any energy at all caring what you do?
Right. I just think that if you're doing it with a positive attitude, there's no right and wrong.
It's about the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Then Joe says anything but election stuff. No problem there. We're not going to talk about election stuff.
No. I can't.
I
get angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. John Fitzpatrick, friend of the show, is Harry Kane the best player in the EPL right now?
Yes.
Next. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Just real quickly, I saw we've made the comparison in years past that Harry Kane is the Larry Bird, right?
I totally agree with
100%.
that.
He's opportunistic. He scores when it counts.
If you didn't know a lot about soccer and you're watching it, you'd be like, everybody's making a big deal about this Harry Kane guy, but I don't know that he's that good.
Right. Well, you just look at him. Son could outrun him, could outjump him.
Lucas
outperform
Moura does
him.
things out there
Yeah.
that look more impressive.
Yeah.
Lots of people do.
Lots of people do. I saw a stat the other day. It showed the first 10 years of Larry Bird versus the first 10 years of LeBron James. They're like identical.
Yeah.
Like their numbers.
Yeah.
But if you look at them on the court,
Oh, yeah. Larry Bird looks like
what is he doing?
looks like he's like a car mechanic or something.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so, but the eye test doesn't always play out.
Yeah.
The eye test for Harry Kane, a lot of times I'm like, I don't get it. But he does it.
He does it. He's amazing.
He gets it
What
done.
he does, his passes, like long passes that lead Son in particular,
yeah.
are phenomenal.
Him and Son playing off of each
They're
other.
so good together.
Yeah.
They're so
I
good
agree.
together.
My favorite is when he scores, he does this. Have you? It's like this karate chop
Yeah.
thing. You know. I want to hear the backstory on that because I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either, but we're going to be done
He's
talking
like
about
throat
soccer
punching
because we
someone.
know that people don't really care that much about it in reality.
Except for John.
But he is the best player in the EPL right now. If you don't know what the EPL is,
Then you're not listening.
then what do you care?
Yeah.
All right, and then last but not least, friend of the show, Phil Capriglione.
Okay.
Friend of me too.
I've never met him.
He
Have I?
No,
Okay.
you haven't. Not that I know of.
Would I like him?
No, I don't think you would.
Would he like me?
No, I don't think you would. He
Phil, come on the show.
Phil's a good guy.
Yeah.
He was once on Matt and I's podcast. Kind of in the background. I think he came on with John Meadows, and he was
Yeah.
just kind of around.
Does John Meadows still listen to the show?
I don't think so. Listen, he's lived in California for a while. John, I love you. If you're listening, nothing would make me happier, but I'm worried about you. It's
Yeah.
a long time to be in California.
We haven't heard from him. Yeah. California's dropped off the map. We do have a fair amount of listen from California.
Yeah, but there's some weird stuff happening over
Yeah.
there. Not a fan of the state. I would leave if I were you. But, who am I to tell you what to do?
Have you ever been to California?
No. And I don't plan to. I hear the weather's nice.
I live in one of those red states,
Yeah, well, we do live in a red state.
a flyover state.
It's a flyover state. It's
yeah.
a red state. Apparently, it's not a swing state. One used to think it was. Mount Rushmore, Phil wants to know the Mount Rushmore of Carmen albums or of 90s Christian music.
Okay, so I can't do the Carmen albums because I don't know more than
Champion?
one. Champion.
Is that an album?
And Riot.
Riot?
Righteous Invasion
How about
of
Yo
Truth.
Kids, What's Up? I think
We only need one more, and then we could drill the Carmen Mount Rushmore.
I mean, I'll bet there's like Carmen.
Do you know he was in
hits
town like
or
3
something.
weeks ago?
I didn't like Carmen when people liked Carmen, so I can't even.
Okay, quick Mount Rushmore of 90s Christian albums.
Albums?
Yeah, 'cause that's what he said
All
on
right,
there.
we'll do it.
Right?
Jesus Freak, Jars of Clay,
Yeah.
Third Day,
And Plank Eye.
Petra Praise. Plank Eye?
Commonwealth.
No.
No?
No, probably something from Amy Grant or Michael W. Smith, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm done with this topic.
Okay.
All right, so that's
Phil Kagi.
I mean, the 70s,
Rich Mullins.
80s.
Okay. I don't know.
No.
I was never
people care less about this than they care about soccer. They don't care.
Agree. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Can I sing every word to all of the songs?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not because it's good music.
Poor old Lou.
Yeah, come on. I mean, I'll talk about poor old Lou. All right. I thought what we would do, Jason, today is what if we front-loaded the show and we started with the Netflix suggestion of the week? Think about that. Let's do it.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
So long.
I watched the show the other day at the house, and Erica watched it with
off
me.
my Netflix.
No, YouTube.
Oh.
This show. I watched this show. And Erica, that song started playing. She goes, "What's this?" I was like, "You've never heard this?" And she's like, "No, when did you do this?" I was like, "I don't know, like 5 years ago." Thanks for listening to the show.
An original.
Literally play it on every episode. Jeez.
She's never listened to a full episode.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Now, she did the other day. Because
Did she like it?
She laughed
Yeah.
a couple of times. You have 14 notifications on your text.
No, that's Netflix.
No, I looked at your head.
Oh,
your
yeah.
phone up.
So that's a thing I need to talk about.
14
right now.
is a lot.
Listen, I know. Okay, so hold off on the Netflix thing. They're all this one thing. I got on this group chat with 20 people with the same area code and the first 3 digits of my phone number.
Yeah.
And people won't shut up.
Why don't you just leave the group?
Now my sister's calling. Our sister. I don't know how to leave the group. That's the whole point. I'm going to hang up on her. So, like, I don't know who this is. There's 20 of us with the same prefix. And then this guy drops, like, a bunch of 4-letter words I don't want to repeat out loud.
Yeah.
This ain't a prefix. It's an area code. So, and then the next guy, so where y'all from? And then the next
He
guy.
wants a friend.
The next guy, who the heck are you?
The guy that started the group. That's who that is.
And then, looks like Cricket may have screwed up something because it's called X-Ricket in where I'm from in Oklahoma. And I'm in Oklahoma too, but I'm on AT&T. AT&T bought out Cricket. So if you have an AT&T phone, take the SIM card out and use a Cricket phone.
Okay.
Vice versa.
So that's why
I had a phone from AT&T
Nobody
and
cares
shut
about
it off
this.
from my Cricket SIM card
Yeah.
and it worked.
All right.
I'm getting all these texts. I'm in this stupid. How do I
Can't
leave?
Leave?
How?
Well, if you click the
Click
thing
that.
there, and
Now
then
what?
the info.
Okay.
button,
Now what?
And then you go like that, and then you at least can hide the alerts.
How do I leave the group? I don't want to hide the alerts. I want to be done with this group.
Some way there's a way. I don't know.
Okay.
You could personally
Stella,
block
I need
every
you to
number.
help me.
She's
laughing at
you.
me. It's so, like, I don't know what to do. My phone was just ringing off the hook. Ding, ding, ding. I had to at least silence my phone.
All right.
But
what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
My Netflix suggestion of the week is called The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Okay.
And so it's a series.
On Netflix?
On Netflix.
A
It's
Netflix original?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about 8 or 9 episodes long. And basically there's these 2 orphaned kids that get a nanny from America.
Uh-huh.
And
they're in England?
They're in England, yes. And, old English like plantation type of house, very, very old, lots of history. And the place is haunted. So,
okay.
And then they resolve it over time.
It gets resolved like those things
It does.
do.
It was actually a fascinating show. I mean, I watch a lot of that stuff.
You do.
I enjoy that stuff.
You do.
I mean, you see my Netflix. You know.
I know.
Yeah,
I know the suggestions.
Bigfoot, aliens, UFOs, hunting, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. We've
You
talked
are.
about this. I mean, if with exception of your monkey,
Uh-huh.
it's obvious.
I saw a monkey in Waldo.
I totally don't believe that.
Okay.
And that's not a bit either. I
No.
really don't believe that you saw a monkey.
And it's not a bit that I saw it. So
I think it is.
No.
I think you're just trying to mess with me.
No,
Because why else would you say you saw a monkey?
why would
other
anybody
than to
come
get at
up
me?
with that? That I saw a monkey
I don't
sitting
know.
by
Why?
a mailbox in
'Cause you're
Waldo?
testing me.
It's too specific.
I know. It's a
It's-
test.
Well,
you're
it's because
testing me.
It's because you lie. Because you say you believe, but you don't.
No, I do.
Well, you don't believe me.
Okay. You should have took a picture of it.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah. Anyways, House of Bly Manor. If you're into the haunting stuff, it was very, very good.
Okay. So I had strep throat, Jason.
Yeah.
And so I was home and I couldn't sleep. My throat hurt so bad. Like it would wake me up. It was
Yeah.
super annoying. So I was just up for like 3 days in a row, like a lot. And so I pulled up my Netflix subscription.
My Netflix
Yeah.
subscription.
So I found a different
profile.
profile
Yeah.
that I'm watching now.
I appreciate
so I'm not
that.
going to mess with your stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But
You found it. I found another profile to use. It's just randomly floating out there on the internet. No,
Yeah.
you're using just another one of my profiles.
why do you have two?
Well, here's the thing. So the original one, Jason,
Yes.
is the profile that we started with.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they added profiles because there was
Right.
just one account.
Yeah.
So that one has like everything. It has like Estelle's anime stuff. It has everything.
Yeah.
So now we set it up. So Stella, if you go to Stella's profile, it's all anime.
Right.
That's all she ever watches.
Weird.
Very weird. Anime and
There's like countless hours of anime things to watch.
never ending. And she's seen them all twice. So everybody has their own thing. The kids have one. Shelby has one. I have one. Well, I'd set up another one to watch all of my stuff. But I got to click like right 4 times to get there.
I see.
And when I pull it up, it's always
I'm just there.
click. So I just pull it up and I run off the top one.
Okay. Well, I'm watching on the Jason O profile now. So
Okay. So there's a Jason
I highly
profile
recommend it
and
for
the Jason
anybody,
O profile.
Anybody that has access to Jason's Netflix account, I highly recommend the Jason O profile. It's cleared. It's like
think
I'm
my icons-
blazing my own path.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, they're fine.
Okay.
So I started watching The People versus O.J. Simpson, which is 10 episodes long. They're like an hour each, give or take. It's not a documentary. It's a
Real life.
it's a it's a dramatic series. I mean, I don't know if that's real life.
It is real life. Is it happening in real life?
but sure.
Yes.
Okay. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays O.J. Simpson. I think he does a great job. At
Oh,
first,
so it's not real.
no, it's a dramatic series.
I thought
This
you
is
said
what
it
I'm
was
saying.
real.
No. I mean, the O.J. Simpson thing was real.
Yeah,
he's a real person.
I watched it. I remember.
It's The People versus O.J. Simpson.
It's a mockumentary,
No, it's just a TV show. It's like a murder mystery.
but it's based on real life.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Based on a true story. I remember.
Well, anyway, it's really good.
Okay. Who's
Cuba Gooding Jr. plays O.J.
Okay.
Then all of the other characters are like perfectly cast. And I didn't know that Robert Kardashian was one of OJ's friends and lawyer,
Yeah.
parent, father of Kim and Khloe Kardashian and whatever the other ones are.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That was like a whole thing in the show. And he's like a friend of
Who's
his.
Kato Kalin?
I don't know, some blonde actor, but he looks perfect. He's
Yeah.
like perfect. So Robert Kardashian is David Schwimmer from Friends. He's perfect.
Yeah.
He's perfect for the role. And I don't like David Schwimmer. I find him to be annoying, but this guy is perfect for that role.
Yeah. Who's Mark Shapiro?
Mark Shapiro. No, it's Robert Shapiro.
Oh, okay.
Mark Shapiro, I think, is a baseball
Yeah,
general
you're right.
manager.
You're right.
Robert Shapiro is John Travolta and is amazing. Like, so good at it. And I mean, there are a bunch of Nathan Lane is in. I mean, there are a bunch of actors in it. Some that I know, some that I just recognize their face.
Yeah.
But they all do a perfect job, because while I'm watching it, I'm like pulling up old pictures of the people and like looking at reference and stuff. And like, this is perfect. I mean, it is absolutely perfect. And after watching it, and I thought it was pretty even-handed, you know, I came away with a couple of things. First of all, OJ did it. I mean,
without a doubt,
nobody thinks that he did.
100%.
Is there anybody on the face
There's
of the
a large
earth
segment of the population
that actually, though? No, I think they were just happy he got off. I don't think they actually
he
thought
beat the system.
Yes,
he killed someone and got free.
I think their thought was like 1 million people have gone to jail and they shouldn't have. Now we got one that should be in jail, but he's not. You know, and they were just happy for. I honestly don't think there's one person on the face of the earth that thinks that he didn't do it. How could you? I mean, the whole trial.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah. At no point during the trial or anything has there ever been any other plausible, you know, killer who could have done it.
Stella, are you familiar? You'll be 17 here in the next week or two. Do you know anything about the O.J. Simpson case?
I think I heard about it in like middle school or something.
Yeah, she thinks she's heard about it.
It was the biggest thing in the world.
Matt, was it 94?
It was like 94, 95, somewhere around there.
It was huge. O.J. Simpson. So I'm just
maybe
thinking
95, 96.
There's a large segment of the population that has no idea about this.
And it was everything. It was every headline.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about it all the time. Jason, at school, we were in high school
watching
the verdict.
Yes, I remember.
They stopped math class so that we could see the O.J. Simpson verdict.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson. I mean,
we also
who was
stopped
a football player.
School to watch like a space shuttle, the Challenger, go off.
Which
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
O.J. Simpson, he's not like a former president. He's not.
He won the Heisman.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in the NFL. What is the Mount Rushmore of O.J. Simpson movies?
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun 2.5,
yeah.
Naked Gun 33 1/3, and Towering Inferno. Though he was in some pretty good Avis commercials.
Yeah.
He was a commentator for NFL football games. He's pretty good at it. Very kind of, easy to get along with. Big smile.
Let's do the Mount Rushmore of O.J. Simpson.
Okay. 1, murder.
You immediately go to that. Not Heisman.
When I think of O.J.,
if you don't think Heisman, like running back, football.
If I'm just walking down the street and somebody looks at me with no context and says O.J. Simpson,
yeah,
the first thing I think of,
you see someone at the mall and they have a shirt that says O.J. Simpson.
First thing I think of is murder. That's the first thing I think of. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, the football player. Wait a minute. Did he kill somebody? Like, the first thing I think of is murder.
Yeah. The first thing I think about is football.
Okay, so football, murder.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make light of it. I mean,
it's a horrible
he did
thing.
Kill 2 people, but it's crazy what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, I was going to say Naked Gun, yeah.
And
one more thing.
Apparently he's got a pretty active Twitter profile right now.
Really?
Which he
Is he in jail?
Talks about the NFL. He just recently got out.
Okay.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Jeez. He went to jail for stealing sports memorabilia.
His own sports memorabilia that was stolen from him.
Yeah.
He was just making it even. Even, Steven.
Okay, so we've got...
I'm going to say Heisman, Buffalo Bills, Naked Gun, and you said one other... murder.
The thing that he's known for.
I don't want to think of him as a murderer.
So, no, neither do I, but he is. He definitely did it.
I look for the best in
If
people.
there is one person on the face of the earth that is convinced that they didn't do it, it's probably O.J. Simpson. Like, he might be the only person
that thinks he did not do
it.
Yeah.
Even though...
he blacked out and he woke up, he's like, I didn't...
I just think he went so crazy and he just convinced himself, no, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You know, and he just kept on saying it until it was true. I think there's a part of his brain that's like, did I? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing is, dude was guilty. Okay. There's that. Second thing was just how big it was. I forgot what a massive deal it was.
They shut the NBA finals down.
Yeah, it was the Knicks and the Rockets were playing.
Yep.
And it was during the Bronco chase, and they literally stopped the game. And
all the players went to the locker room.
And everybody in the arena was watching the big screen,
Yeah.
just watching a Ford Bronco go down the highway, getting chased by
during
cops.
the NBA finals.
Yes.
The NBA finals. Shut it down.
Which is, listen, the Ford Bronco, that's how we know he's guilty. Like, if you're innocent, do you put a gun to your head and tell your friend to drive you around in the Ford Bronco?
He's driving 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, but the reason he was driving around was because he was going to kill himself, and he was trying to talk him out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, definitely.
No, I think he was just, just trying to clear his mind. He had a lot of stuff going on.
He was guilty. It was the biggest thing in the world, and I don't think there'll ever be anything like that again. I just think it came at the perfect time. Like, it was just like where there was not... there wasn't like a war or anything big going on, so we all had to focus on something.
Of the Rodney King thing that happened.
LA. Mm-hmm.
So that was this massive thing too. Some guy got beat up by a bunch of police officers.
Yeah.
It was really, really bad.
Sure.
It was caught on video. It was broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Riots in the streets.
So now all the cops in LA are racist, which is how they won the trial.
Right.
I mean, the whole trial was built around racism.
If you go back in history, I mean, hindsight's 2020. We can see it. The Rodney King, the riots, racism, all this other stuff, and then the O.J. Simpson thing hits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course it's going to play out that way, right?
Yeah. O.J. Simpson was like the whitest black guy ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he lives in Brentwood, surrounded by a bunch of white people playing tennis and golf all day. Like, he was like the mayor. In fact, the quote from O.J. was like, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Like, that's what he said. Anyway, so all of those things and the fact that he was guilty, it was really well done, and I would encourage somebody. It was just captivating.
Yes.
It completely took me over.
Yeah,
and I watched every episode in, I don't know, a pretty short amount of time.
Like one day.
I mean, it wasn't one day, but it was a couple days.
There's something special that I love about binge watching. Mm-hmm. Being able to get through 12 episodes of something like in a day and a half is a fantastic feeling.
Well, it was really good. Oh, here's the other thing is that I felt like that was a microcosm of so much of the stupid conversation that's happening in America, because every single time the defense, Marcia Clark and Chris, what's his name, would bring up the facts like the DNA, the blood trail, everything, one thing after another, that it's just like, when they got this, originally case, they're like, this is the easiest case I've ever had in my life. Yeah. This is the most open and shut. Yeah. This is we're going to have them away before lunch. So every time they would bring up facts, the other side would just bring up emotion. They would bring up, like the fact that, cops are racist. They were just constantly diverting the issue from what really mattered and making things emotional and like talking over top of them and saying things that weren't true, but they didn't really care that it wasn't true. It was, I thought like, it's like a microcosm of everything wrong with the like current discussion that's happening in our world today. Yeah. And it was interesting.
Without getting into it, because I don't want to talk politics.
We don't talk politics.
We don't. We actively don't. Mm-hmm. What needs to happen culturally is there needs to be open conversation about facts.
Facts.
And leave the emotion.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Behind. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Everybody brings their emotion to the table. Yeah. And they can't separate emotion from facts. Mm-hmm. And if you have a set of facts and I have a set of facts, let's compare and contrast.
Sure.
Because your facts could say one thing and my facts could say something else, and they could conflict each other. Yeah. Well, let's figure out where the problem is, right?
Yes.
Because they don't go together.
Let's not create problems where they don't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even get started on it. I mean, I won't even. But it was interesting, and I would, if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Well, I was just thinking really I should watch it with Estelle and Harrison, because I mean they have no, it blows my mind. It makes me feel 100 years old that they don't know who O.J. Simpson is, and that whole thing that went on. That was such a huge thing. They have, they've heard about it, they've learned about it, but like 9/11. Yeah, like that was such a huge moment in our life.
They weren't alive.
They weren't alive.
They were not alive. I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah. And so, I think these are events that we need to teach our own kids.
Agreed.
About these things the way that it really is.
Agreed.
Not whatever the school tells them to believe.
I am a big fan of PragerU.
Yeah.
So I make my kids watch those videos all the time.
I know you're not a ginormous Glenn Beck fan.
It's fine.
I like Glenn Beck, but he's getting ready to do some history things about the Pilgrims and the original people seeking religious freedom.
Yeah.
A lot of documents and look at the roots. Who are we as a country?
Yeah.
How were we founded? It should dictate who we are today.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm about ready to get started, but don't get me started. So, Jason, what is your first thing of the day?
So my first thing of the day is the governor of Ohio. We're not going to talk politics.
Okay.
But is strongly disliked.
I'm not a fan. I will not vote for him. Unless he completely... I'll let him change. If he changes his mind, if he says, listen, if he comes out and says, I was wrong about all this stuff, I was being this, and this, and hypersensitive.
Go ahead and sing and dance and meet in large groups, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a Republican. We don't know who the Democrat will run against him. In 2022, there's one.
Yeah.
If you had a chance to vote for Mike DeWine or whoever the Democrat is, or me, who would you vote for?
You.
Thank you.
And it's not even close.
I think I might
I'd
run
vote for Stella. I'd vote for Gideon.
Well, this kind of takes away from me. I think I might run for governor. I don't know what it takes.
I'll vote for you. I don't know.
What do you have to do?
I don't know.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could do the job. I mean, it's
just making decisions.
I could do that. I make decisions all the time.
All day. What do you think the governor of Ohio gets paid?
I don't know.
I saw, because we just elected a new sheriff in our county, and I think I read an article about it, and in the article it said what the sheriff
What's it
of
get
Marion
paid?
gets. You want to guess?
$60,000.
80.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I should have gone for it.
Yeah. Do you have to know anything?
It probably helps to get elected.
Well, is it more of a visual?
No, it's like a real job.
It's a real job?
Yeah.
I just want to be the visual.
Yeah, I know.
Which is what I think the governor is.
Yes, absolutely.
There's people doing the real work. The legislation.
Yeah, and that's not him.
He doesn't do the real work.
He just shows up, cuts a ribbon, gives
doesn't
a
even
speech.
write his own speeches.
No, he definitely doesn't.
Yeah. I could totally do what he does.
I'll help you write a speech or two.
Okay. Our cousin Hank is very, very smart.
Yeah.
We probably disagree politically.
Probably.
Yeah. But I'll let him write my speeches too.
Sure. Might need some editing so it reflects your personal beliefs.
Yeah. I'll be like, Hank, what's this word? I can't read it. It's too big of a word.
All right, Jason. My first thing is, why do squirrels choose to live in bad neighborhoods?
I think squirrels live in all neighborhoods, good and bad.
But if you're a squirrel family and you're like in...
Why didn't we lead off with this? I'm far more interested in the squirrel thing than I am about anything we've talked about up until this point.
Let's just say you and,
No, I like where this is going.
Your family,
Listen.
your family of squirrels, you're living in a tree, and you look around one day, you're like, this is the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are wrecked cars everywhere. I'm in a backyard that's full of like washing machines, and there's trash everywhere, and there's gunshots going off all the time. You're like, I don't want to be in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? This is like there's syringes everywhere.
Yeah.
Kids, let's pack up. Let's go to the nice part of town. Let's find a nice little tree somewhere. Why wouldn't every squirrel why would a squirrel live in a bad neighborhood? There's no reason. I think about that sometimes. I see, and I have a medium neighborhood. It's not like the nicest one, but it's a good place for squirrels to live. And I feel good about the squirrels in my neighborhood. I feel
Your
like they have a
neighborhood
good
is
life.
better than my neighborhood.
A little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think squirrels would be happy in my neighborhood.
I think squirrels would be fine in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the really bad part, you see them, because I've gone for walks in those parts, and you see them running across the road, or you see them, on a house somewhere, running around and stuff.
But maybe they have a supply, a go-to, that it's low population, or the predators in the area. Like Boomer would eat your squirrel.
He'd never catch it, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's predators.
Well,
so maybe in this other neighborhood,
do you think squirrels care?
There are fewer predators.
Maybe there's probably more maybe trash lying around.
Well, see, that's what I said. They have an access to goods, services.
So you saying, if a squirrel had the choice between living in the ghetto and living in the nice part of town,
it's about resources.
You think he'd prefer the ghetto? You think that's where maybe the squirrel housing market is flipped?
Yeah.
If you're looking for a place as a squirrel, The last place you want to live is where the people are like actively trying to get rid of the squirrels.
Yes.
Because they care about their property.
Well, some some neighborhoods, they feed the squirrels.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing if you can get it. My
that's
neighbor across the
home run.
street, she feeds squirrels all the time.
Yeah.
And they love
Everybody
her
else
house.
hates that neighbor, right?
Well,
Like, dude, what's up with the squirrel? They're a rodent.
she feeds birds. She feeds stuff all the
Just
time.
whatever will eat it.
So, I've seen vultures in her front yard eating just the stuff that she
Scrap
lays
meat.
out. Mhm.
She lays out.
Yeah. I'm like, geez, it was like this giant bird. I'm like, what is that? Like, why am I? You know what I mean? I mean, a monkey in Waldo, but this. It was weird. It was really weird.
Yeah.
So I don't have an answer. I just wondered the other day, why do squirrels live in bad neighborhoods?
What about birds?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, but birds could fly. I think if you're a squirrel, there's also got to be this thing where it's like, listen.
It's kind of hard to pack up all of our nuts, make our way all the way across town.
And how do we know? It's like it's a Christopher Columbus situation.
Yeah.
What if we cross the other
They
side
don't
of
know
the
what's
tracks?
over there.
I don't know what's over there.
The
I've never
whole-
been there.
It could fall off the edge of the
Like
world.
what
for
we
all we
have
know.
going on in this neighborhood,
Listen, guys, we're making this work.
not that bad. Yeah, there's some washing machines, a couple gunshots.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah.
We don't know what's over there,
Sure.
right?
But the bird can find out.
The
pretty
bird could
easily.
find out pretty easily. You fly up, you see around, like, hey, that's pretty nice over there. Like, look at that, pretty green.
Yeah.
I see some water. Probably some worms
Let's go
over
check
there.
that out over there.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and birds live in bad parts of neighborhoods too.
Yeah. Although you could say the bird their escape plan is a lot easier.
At any point, they can get out of there.
Just like,
Just
blink of an
fly
eye.
away.
Yeah. Unless it's a bad storm.
Yeah. Then you got to hunker down.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, what's your second thing?
My second thing, this year, 2021, is my 20-year anniversary. It's actually your 20-year anniversary, too.
It is.
We got married the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And our 10-year anniversary, we went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Our 15-year anniversary, we went on a cruise.
Yeah.
20-year, we're trying to decide what to do. Shelby suggested Disneyland.
Okay.
I think that's a horrible idea.
I totally agree.
Don't want to do it.
It's a bad idea.
She suggested possibly even bringing the kids.
That's a worse idea.
I agree.
Maybe send the kids and you don't go.
That would be a vacation for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've heard awful things about Disney.
Yeah.
Not just as a company. We know they crappy as a company, but
Yeah.
as a park.
Yeah.
It's not
Overrated.
overrated.
Definitely.
Too much money, not enough stuff to do.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Crowds.
Crowds. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is no good.
It's
Like
a
we go to
million
Cedar
degrees.
Point and Kings Island all the time.
Yeah.
That's far better if we want to go have fun somewhere.
Agreed.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm on the same page there. So, as a replacement to Disney, what can we do?
Okay.
Listen, I'm fine with another cruise or going back to Vegas. Both of those were great. Although I don't want to be on a COVID cruise.
Yeah. I'm a beach guy. So for me, I mean, just give me a beach and a bunch of books, and that makes me happy. So that would be my thing that I would want to do.
She would be very happy with the beach. And
I want a hotel that's on the beach.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have to walk across the street to get to it. I want to just walk out the back, straight onto the beach, plop down a chair, read books all day, go in the ocean every once in a while, swim, cool down if it's warm or whatever, come back out, and then go out to eat every night and watch a movie or something, and then do that like 5 days in a row. That's perfect for me.
Okay. I might pitch that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a beach.
What's the best beach?
Well, I've not been to many. I've never. I've seen the ocean on the West Coast, but I've never been to a beach on the West Coast. So, I've only been North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Florida. Those kind of areas.
We've been to Pensacola, Destin area.
You would be going
was nice.
in August.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's when our anniversary
If you went
is.
in the fall, then
Yeah.
I say you go down to Florida.
Yeah.
When it's cold outside in the fall, then you go down to Florida.
Yeah.
That's
that'd
what I
be
would
good.
do.
That'd be good. I've heard, I've never seen them, but Alabama has some nice beaches.
Yeah.
And people don't think about
Oh,
it.
yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. So maybe we'll go to Alabama.
I would highly encourage you to do that.
Okay.
All right, Jason, are you an instant gratification guy
Yes.
or a delayed gratification?
Yes.
Which one are you?
I like gratification. I am pro gratification.
How do you
give me an example?
How do you eat Crunch Berry cereal or anything like that?
I will eat the thing that I don't like first.
You eat the thing that you don't like first.
Yeah.
So if you had a plate and it had a bunch of food on it, and there was one thing on that plate that you loved, and you didn't want to offend the people that made it,
I eat the stuff that I hate first.
So that's delayed gratification. Instant gratification would be like, this is what I want, I like it, and I want to eat it.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay.
But we're still working through our Halloween candy because we had like 3 5-gallon buckets filled with candy.
Yeah.
Every night I come home, I sit in my chair, there's a bucket of candy right there.
Yeah.
Before dinner, I eat some candy. Is that instant gratification?
That would be more instant gratification.
Yeah. I'm just pro gratification.
You just like gratification.
Yeah.
So I got a friend, we were talking about The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And the thing about The Mandalorian is it comes out every week.
Every Friday.
It's not like when a whole season drops at once and you just can binge it all.
Right.
It's just you have to wait. So he said, well, I don't want to do that. I want to watch it all at once. I want to binge it. So I'm waiting until they all come out, and then I'm going to watch them all. And one thing I know about this guy is he is a delayed gratification guy, but I don't know if doing that is instant gratification or if it's delayed gratification. I can't decide because he wants instant gratification in the moment because he doesn't want...
He wants instant gratification delayed. Right?
Delayed instant gratification.
Yes.
Is what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Right. It's an interesting...
It is.
Because I was like, because I said, well, you're a delayed gratification guy, so that makes sense. And I was like, well, wait a minute. The reason you're doing it, though, is because you don't want to wait.
Right.
So it must be instant.
Listen,
but it's a weird...
If you had a choice... See, I also don't have restraint. If they dropped 10 episodes of Mandalorian...
Right.
In my house, it would be done in 10 hours. And that's not a joke.
Yeah, no, I know that's true.
But I kind of like being forced to wait every week. Because it's like, you know what? I think about it. I've actually watched episode 1 and 2 of season 2 multiple times now.
Oh, really?
I've gone back and watched
I've
them.
only watched them once so far.
Yeah.
I like the stringing it out. And in fact, I mean, that's one of the complaints that I have at home is because sometimes Erica and I have found a show in the past and then she just like wants to keep on watching it. I'm like, let's just pump the brakes. Like there's only so many seasons of this thing. We like it.
Right.
Let's just let it last another few months or something,
Yeah.
But she just...
on a mission.
She's on a mission.
Yeah.
For her, it's like a checklist thing or something,
Yeah.
So I'm definitely... If The Mandalorian had dropped all at once, I don't think I'd... Well... Mandalorian's different. I probably would have watched them all by now.
Yeah.
Specifically because the whole family likes it. So
yeah.
But I definitely am more of a delayed gratification kind of a person.
See, the food thing is a great example because that's a real life. This happens all the time. You go to someone's house, you get a plate full of food.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the thing I don't like first.
I love water chestnuts. Thank you for giving me so many.
Yeah. Because I want to fill up.
I
want to
ever met
finish
somebody that was like, man, I love a water chestnut.
I don't even know what that is.
It's not good.
I don't know if I've ever had one. I would like to try one.
Okay, they're not good.
Do you like liver and onions?
I could eat it. I'm not like a liver and onions guy.
Yeah, same thing. Mm-hmm. I could eat it.
Yeah, I could eat.
What food like do you dislike? Brussels sprouts.
I actually like Brussels sprouts now because I know how to cook them.
Yeah, well, you threw up on them when you were little.
Well, they were boiled. Nobody would like that.
Boiled Brussels sprouts.
I cut them in half.
Okay.
And then I
listen, I don't care.
coat the pan with
what
oil.
What food don't you like? Because when we were little, I also didn't like...
I'm not a big banana guy.
Really?
It's. I would never just eat a banana just because.
Oh,
sometimes
love bananas.
I eat it because I feel like I should. It's good for me, and it's a
3
good
bites
thing
in,
to eat.
Like,
I don't like bananas.
Yeah, I like bananas. I think
I'll
bananas
eat
are
it.
good. Okay, tell me this.
I don't like it.
We're about out of time. Mm-hmm. I went to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other day. Get out the bread. Mm-hmm. Get out the peanut butter. I start spreading. I'm going to make 2 sandwiches.
Okay.
I spread peanut butter on 4 slices of bread. I go to get the jelly. No jelly. What do I do?
Well,
I have
you
a
got
choice.
a couple of choices.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just ditch the whole operation, throw it away, and be done.
I thought about that.
That's one of your choices.
Yeah, I thought about that.
You could get honey out.
I did not consider honey.
And you could do a peanut butter and honey sandwich, which is not the worst thing in the world.
No, I wish I would have done that. Stella's shaking her head like, yeah.
Peanut butter and honey's not bad.
Well, listen, it's sweet and salty.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I've done it. I'll do it on purpose sometimes.
Really?
Or you could just have a straight peanut butter sandwich.
Well, that's what I did.
And just milk is required in that sense.
It was rough. It was rough to get through that peanut. That's all it was. And I was laying it on thick because I was going to make a big sloppy peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I have another suggestion. It would work better if it was toasted, but we had already put the thing on. You know what I mean? But a little brown sugar on peanut butter on a piece of toast.
Okay.
So toast, peanut butter, a little bit of brown sugar.
Okay. Now, it was staring me right in the face. I couldn't pull the trigger. I was that close to putting on maple syrup.
That would have worked. Sometimes I put peanut butter on pancakes.
Well, Jerry Moyer does that.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Jerry knows what he's doing.
Well, I don't know.
That would have worked.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can play our outro music. That's about it, don't you think?
Yeah,
I'd say that's a show.
Yeah.
Well, next week, if you have something else you want us to talk about, right into the show.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about it. We might make fun of it.
Yeah.
If we don't like the topic.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about 90s Christian music.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Oh, yeah. It's your dad's birthday.
Did you call him?
Not yet. I wanted to be the last one.
Well,
I wanted him to make him think I forgot about him. And then at the last minute, oh, you know what?
Yeah. You forgot.
No, I didn't forget. Grandma texted us to remind us. All right, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.